Right, here we are again. This doesn't look too bad. I mean, the pipes aren't in the right position. The bottom two down tubes are like joined together fine. The top one and the headstock aren't joined, nor are the bottom two joined to the headstock. It's I've tried everything to join them but can't. So I've decided to go into a different business altogether and use the part workbench rather. And this is it, starting now. If I can just find it. There we go. Now we select these. That's just a cylinder. You go down to the bottom there. You can see that you can alter the radius height. I've tried altering the angle out of interest, but nothing much seems to happen, except it goes flat. There we go. Doesn't seem to have to. You don't make any. Sorry, doesn't seem to make any difference clicking OK. It seems to accept it anyway. So we've got a solid cylinder there. So we're going to make another cylinder, a bit thinner and a bit longer, and then we subtract the thin, longer one from the original one, and end up with a tube. That's a Boolean operation. Just have to hang on now while I get all my typing done and clicking and one thing and another. It's quite complicated at first, but once you get into it, it's not too bad at all. So yeah, making this just a bit longer, and then it'll be flush with the bottom. So, because that's the origin. So we transform, and pull it down so it's poking out. It doesn't matter how much; it doesn't have to be equal, but it has to be seems to work better if it's a real intersection. There we go. That's the difference. Then we end up with one pipe, and an excellent pipe it is. Then we start all over again, because I'm making another pipe now just to join it. You see the cylinder in the middle now, a little tiny green dot. We make this one a smaller diameter. Do the clicking OKs. And I'll have to type in. It can be 150. Doesn't matter how long it is really. There we go. Now we want another cylinder smaller to make a thinner tube. You won't be able to see it because it's hidden behind all that lot. I could convert to wireframe and then you'd be able to see it, but I know where it is. It's you can actually wear it at the top of it's called a tree, that bit at the top where it says labels and attributes. You can actually click on those and rename them, and it's not a bad idea, because if you get sort of 20 or 30 of them, it can get very complicated. Again, you see it's hidden, but we'll have to find it in a minute. I don't know what's going on now. It's not accepting the measurement. There we go. No, it isn't. Can be a little tinker, this can. Still not accepting anything. Switch to meters now just to make life more interesting. We'll put another little M in, then it'll know. Now it'll be all lurking in there somewhere. We'll have a big cylinder and a little cylinder. I'll switch it to wireframe and then we'll be able to see. select the big cylinder. There it is, it's in green now in wireframe. That's the big cylinder. And little cylinders there. There we go. Get it poking out both ends, as they say. When they're both selected, we can then select the Boolean difference. Now we have two pipes, so you might not think so. The second pipe's called cut 1, and I'll shift it to one side and you'll be able to see it. There it is. Amazing. I do love this rotate tool. There used to be a really pokey thing. When you're doing booleans, you have to have, like, it seems like a really good cut. I'm not sure that's quite enough. We'll poke it through a bit more, I think. Yeah, we will. So if I could just grab the Z-axis, and there we are, you can see it's poking through plenty there. And then we use this thing, which I'd never noticed before. If we do it that way, it has joined them, but it's not really joined them as you join a pipe, because you don't, if you're welding pipe together, you don't, or brazing pipe together, you don't generally drill an angled hole and poke the pipe in. You leave the big pipe solid and notch the small pipe to fit. It would be handy, and I haven't found out how, if we pick the other one, which is that one, now then it's done it, you see, it's left the big pipe solid. What I was saying, it would be handy if you could get a program for the notch in the small tube, because there are now plasma notchers, and if they're the same price as the plasma cutters, CNC ones, be well worth looking at. This is a sort of a final practice. This is supposed to be chrome finish. And that's it for today.